5 misconceptions about buying suits. 5 things that are false when buying suits, and I want to talk about those 5 things and how to fix them. Number one, some folks believe that good suits don't wrinkle or wrinkle less, and that is not accurate because it depends on the purpose of the suit, and it depends on a couple other factors. For example, a linen suit or a cotton suit is going to wrinkle a lot more, but it's meant for the summer. It's not meant for the winter. Whereas a flannel suit might wrinkle less. However, that suit is just a winter suit. It's not something you're going to wear in the summer or the spring because you'll be too hot. There are a couple of things also that affect wrinkling the cloth itself. I could carve you a suit out of wood, and it would be a wooden suit and it wouldn't wrinkle, but that wouldn't make it a better suit. Wrinkling depends on fabric, so certainly synthetic fibers like when you have polyester in the suit, that'll make it wrinkle less, but that doesn't make it a better suit. Again, it's about the purpose and functionality you're after. Some cloths, the weave of the cloth will wrinkle less. For example, a shark skin weave will wrinkle less. Herringbone will wrinkle less because of the weave itself. So because something wrinkles more, wrinkles less, doesn't make it better or worse. There's the way to overcome the wrinkling issue, if you want to call it that, is communication with your tailor. You want to communicate, for example, that you're extra sensitive to wrinkling, and that if there's a cloth that is prone to wrinkling more, that you should be advised of that as a client. And our tailors at LGFG will certainly tell you that which cloths you should then be leaning towards and which cloths you should be leaning against. Number 2, wear and tear on a suit. Even the best suit is going to experience wear and tear. Like one of the things that we do in our production shop is when we're sewing the buttons onto the suit, we have something like 12 twists that each individual button person needs to apply to the suit. And that extra amount of twists implies that the button will be stronger, and it will be stronger. But buttons will still fall off over time. Seams will still rip over time because we're doing things. We're busy running around in our suits. We get them caught on things. We bend a certain way. Whatever it is, stuff is going to wear and tear. It's clothing. It's not armor. And the way to overcome that is not to look for a garment that will not wear and tear, but to look for excellent service, a company that if something happens, there's somebody there to take care of it for you. Much like most of our jobs, it's mostly about being available to fix things rather than promising things that are not possible or we can't predict. So make sure you work with a tailor that is available to communication and willing to work things out for you, because then you have a reliable source. Number 3, there's a misconception that good suits are going to fit better. Well, sure, that's accurate, and better, but what is better? So for some folks, fitting better means that it's going to be more fitted. And that I agree with that. Like for me, I like a fitted suit, but that does not describe all of our clients at all. Some folks like a looser fit because that's just what they're used to. And we might say, hey, this is not in style today. And they'll say, I don't care. What I want is something that fits me personally. So more fitted or better fit is a very subjective way to look at a product. Again, the key here is you want communication. You want communication because you want to be able to talk through with your tailor what you really want and get what you want for you. And that's something that our tailors at LGFG can ultimately help you with as well. Another misconception is that good suits are lighter, like in weight. And I covered this on the canvassing versus half canvas kind of a video. Not necessarily true that a good suit is lighter. Again, what season are you wearing it for? What functionality are you going after? A heavier suit, like a full canvas suit, will be heavier. It certainly doesn't mean it's worse at all. So don't think that nowadays, especially retail level, like when you walk into a store, you get a lot of much lighter, fabrics and feels, and that's more of a trend than it is objective truth. And I'm part of that trend. I like a lighter suit. I like a more fitted suit. That doesn't mean that it is better or worse. It's just my preference, and it is currently what's in. Not going to be something all folks are happy with. So communication here is key. And number 5, misconception that good suits are more expensive than not so good suits. Well, generally this is true. There's certainly a correlation between quality and price, as there should be. But having said that, don't think that good suits are going to be more expensive, or even that a good suit on sale is still the same quality of a good suit that you get normally where you shop for your suits. And this is where I like to compare your tailor to like an accountant. Once you're working with an accountant, they know your situation, they know your propensity for risk, they know your current status and your future sort of aspirations. And if you saw an accountant at the mall that was filing taxes for 30% less, you wouldn't just jump to that other accountant, because there'd be some, you'd save some money up front, but there'd be some costs to you later on probably, and a certain amount of risk and hassle you might not want to deal with. And so I think of a tailor like my accountant. Once you find a good one, stick with them. They know your situation, they know your preferences. There's less chance of miscommunication. Now, I realize I might be shooting myself in the foot. Like, you might have a tailor, so you're saying, well, then why would I use LGFG or another company? And I often tell folks, if you've been working with the same tailor for 20 years, keep working with them. You're probably going to be in for less surprises, less whatever. Don't just go shopping for a deal. It's not worth your time in the long run. That you're going to be frustrated. That's not worth the risk. But if you don't have a tailor, then of course we're happy to assist and be that tailor for you for your next 20 years. And those are your 5 common misconceptions about buying a suit. Have a good day.